Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to debug in JetBrains Rider with Unreal Engine. It's the new version. Today we're going to go through the ins and outs of debugging and how it can help you troubleshoot the issues in your code. Okay. Let's talk about building the game. Now, if you're like me, you probably have the build setting set to development setting. But did you know that you can actually build it with the debug game setting instead? That's right. So let's take a look at running the editor in debug mode. This is essential when you're trying to catch those pesky bugs that always seems to slip through the cracks. And speaking of cracks, let's talk about breakpoints. These little guys are like the crack in the wall that lets you peek into what's going on behind the scenes. When a breakpoint triggers, you'll see exactly what's happening in your code. This is where variables show up and you can see exactly what's going on under the hood. If an exception is made, the program will automatically break, giving you a chance to catch those errors before they wreak havoc in your game. Now, I know what you're thinking, why bother with all this debugging nonsense? Well, let me tell you, it's essential when troubleshooting. Debugging can help you pinpoint exactly where the issue is and save you hours of head scratching and frustration. But wait, there is more. When you're in debug mode, you can change variables on the fly. That's right, you don't have to stop the program and recompile just to make a quick tweak. Speaking of quick tweaks, you can also use the live coding feature inside Unreal or in Rider. It's the same. So just press Ctrl-Alt F11 and then you will compile while running the engine, and it will really try to link your changes to the engine while running the engine. This can cause some problems, so if you're experiencing issues, simply restart the engine. As my mama always told me, you don't have to worry about a fresh build. Well, if it compiles at all. That's a really good way to just try things out. Back to debugging. Let's talk about the different buttons for step on, step into, step out, step. These are like the turbo boost for your debugging process. You have rerun, which will actually close your program and recompile your code and start it up again. You have stop, which will exit the engine. Resume program, which will go to the next breakpoint. You can also pause the program anytime you want with this button. You got step over, which goes line by line in your code, and you can see what variables are changing while running and even change them on the fly. You can step into, which goes further down your code, like into a function. And the opposite, you got step out, which goes out from a function or up in your code. With the red buttons to the right, you can view your existing breakpoints and disable or enable them, and also set new ones. But I usually do it on the left side, because I think it's easier. If you change your mind about a breakpoint, no worries! You can add and remove breakpoints while running in debug mode. It's like having a Swiss Army knife for your debugging needs. Finally, let's talk about resuming the application with and without breakpoints. With breakpoints, you can take your time and step through the code to see exactly what's happening. Without breakpoints, the program will run normally, but you won't be able to see what's happening behind the scenes. So there you have it, folks. With the right tools and a bit of know-how, you can catch those bugs before they catch you. Thanks for watching and happy debugging. And don't forget to subscribe. Okay, bye!